So the current IBF and WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, has recently come out and said that if he were to defeat Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder next year, he says that that would put him alongside with, heavyweight greats like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I guess we would have to wait and see how Deontay Wilder's career progresses, because let's say next year Anthony Joshua fights Deontay Wilder, and let's say he KOs him, right? Let's say he KOs him. Well, if he KOs Deontay Wilder, and let's say Deontay Wilder then fights one more time and then retires, how great would that win really make Anthony Joshua look? Like, how great would it make him look? Historically, because they'll be like, okay, he knocked out Deontay Wilder, who was undefeated. He knocked out Deontay Wilder, who was undefeated, but what did Deontay Wilder ever accomplish in his career? He went on to fight one more time and then retire. And even before, when he was undefeated, before he fought Anthony Joshua, it wasn't like he had the best resume, right? So, but then, like, say, so that's just one scenario. Obviously, that really wouldn't look that great, right? But let's say Anthony Joshua beats Deontay Wilder, and then Deontay Wilder goes on to keep fighting for another 5 years or 3 years, and say he beats guys that are actually top guys, right? Then obviously that would make Anthony Joshua look much better, right? The same thing could say about Wilder. Let's say Deontay Wilder were to defeat Anthony Joshua right now, and let's say then Anthony Joshua goes on to not lose a fight for the next 5 years, and he beats other top contenders at heavyweight, right? Obviously that would make Deontay Wilder look good. It's kind of like when Lennox Lewis fought, what's his name? That American hype job. Michael Grant. When Lennox Lewis fought Michael Grant, he was supposed to be, Michael Grant was a hype job. Because when you look at what happened when Lennox Lewis fought Michael Grant, who was the best guy in Michael Grant's resume? It was Andrew Galata. But look what happens after Lennox Lewis exposes him. Was it did Michael Grant go on to do great things? No. He just went on to lose to other guys who were actually willing to fight, because he basically had no chin. Even before he fought Lennox Lewis, he didn't have a chin because he was getting rocked all over the place. He got dropped by Andrew Galata too. He had a suspect chin even before he fought Lennox Lewis. So it wasn't like Lennox Lewis fought him, broke his chin, and then he hadn't been the same. He had always had a suspect chin, but yeah, he went on to basically, his career went downhill, right? But just compare that to for example, a perfect example of you see a guy goes on to do great things is when Lennox Lewis fought Vitaly Klitschko. At the time, Vitaly Klitschko wasn't revered. He wasn't a legend. He was just he was a younger guy. What made that, and look what happens. That was a tough fight for Lennox Lewis. But what makes that fight a legacy type of fight for someone like Lennox Lewis is Lennox Lewis was past his prime. He wasn't in his prime. He was 38, 39. That was his final fight. Vitaly Klitschko was in his prime. He was 31. And what happened after Vitaly Klitschko lost in a close fight to Lennox Lewis? He went on to not lose a fight for the next 9 years, right? He went on to never lose again. So at the time, it probably didn't mean anything for Lennox Lewis to beat Vitaly Klitschko, because it was okay, who's Vitaly Klitschko? Wasn't he the guy who quit against Chris Bird? But because he went on to become a champion and be very dominant, that was a big deal for him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's kind of the case with, Anthony Joshua. And even Deontay Wilder Joseph Parker. We can't really see how good these guys are until years from now. Until, 5-10 years from now. When you look back and see how great their careers, their careers pan out. It's kind of like Joseph Parker. If he were to beat Joseph Parker, that would be good. But like it would be good, but like who the best guys in Joseph Parker's resumes, okay, Carlos Takam, Hughie Fury, Andy Ruiz, but it's not like these guys are all-time greats. Like, to me, Manny Pacquiao versus Miguel Cotto, that was a great win for Manny Pacquiao because at the time, 2009, Manny Pacquiao, Cotto was still in his prime. It wasn't like he was shot. He was in his prime. And look at what happened after Manny Pacquiao beat Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto went on to give Floyd Mayweather Jr. a tough fight. He went on to become a champion at middleweight. Like, he beat Sergio Martinez, and some people argue that he beat Canelo Alvarez. So that's a great win for Manny Pacquiao, legacy wise, because it's like, wow, Manny Pacquiao beat Miguel Cotto in 2009, and look at how Miguel Cotto went on to do this, went on to do that. Kind of like when Floyd Mayweather Jr. beat Juan Manuel Lopez. Juan Manuel Marquez. I think that's a good legacy win for Floyd Mayweather Jr. because when he beat him, look at what Marquez went on to do. He went on to knock out Manny Pacquiao, right? That's, in my opinion, a good legacy win for someone like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Oh, and of course, when Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought Canelo Alvarez, I remember a lot of people were like, well, Canelo Alvarez was too green. They kept saying that to try to discredit Floyd. He was too green. But look at what Canelo Alvarez has done. Some people, he's beaten Laura. Some people say they think he beat Golovkin fair and square, So that's another perfect example. Again, I think it's one of those things where you have to wait and see like how their careers pan out. I've always said that I do pick Anthony Joshua in terms of skills, but I won't be surprised if Wilder knocks out Anthony Joshua. I've always questioned Anthony Joshua's chin. Always. I've always felt it was suspect. This is a guy that has been rumored to be knocked down in sparring, even knocked out in sparring several times, on several occasions, by several different heavyweights, even some cruiserweights. This is a guy that has been stopped in the amateurs. If you look at go to YouTube, you just put Anthony Joshua knocked down in amateurs, you'll see a bunch of, footage. And I know people are going to say, well, Wilder's been knocked out too, but we have to be fair. You can't just say, well, Wilder's been knocked down, but then not saying Anthony Joshua's been knocked down. They both been knocked down. And the heavyweight division, it takes one punch, and I've always felt like Wilder had more of that one punch knockout punch. Anthony Joshua has the better skills, but I think he has flaws too, and I don't think he has the one punch knockout, and I think he gasses out. This is why I've always felt like he needs to lose weight. I think he gasses out in the second half of fights, and I think he gasses out because he has so much muscle, and when you have so much muscle like that, you tend to gas out. So, and I think the advantage that Wilder will have in that fight was he'll have the speed advantage. Because he's so much lighter. People say, oh, Joshua's, he's stronger than Wilder. Physically stronger than Wilder. Yeah, he might be, but Wilder's faster. That's an advantage. Just because you're physically stronger than the person, if the guy has faster foot speed, that could be an advantage. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to use your physical advantage. And it's not like, you think Anthony Joshua is just going to go in there, march forward against Deontay Wilder. He's going to be very timid and he's going to be very passive. He's going to have his high heart guard up because he knows that if Wilder is a puncher, he knows. So, he's not going to just be going guns blazing. I think some people think like Joshua is going to be, he's going to be aggressive. No. Joshua is going to be showing respect to Wilder's punching power. I know he is. He showed respect to Vladimir Klitschko's punching power. But yeah, I think that basically what this whole video is about is I think that they have to wait and see so that we can compare him to like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and stuff like that. Because again, if Anthony Joshua were to beat Deontay Wilder, and let's say he were to just retire, that win wouldn't really look that good because Wilder never had a stacked resume to begin with, right? But like I said, if he beats him, and like say he goes on to like keep fighting for a couple of more years, and Wilder that is, and he goes on to like has some really good names on his resume, then that's different. And like I said, the same thing goes for Wilder. If Wilder were to fight Anthony Joshua right now, beat him, and Anthony Joshua were to retire, that really won't make his victory over Anthony Joshua look that great, right? But like I said, like say if Wilder beats Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua goes on to like not lose a fight for like 5-10 years and become a champion again, right? That would make Wilder look really good. So so yeah, it's just I think we have to wait and see. But yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. I'm out. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.